In 2019, Netflix launched Drive to Survive, an unprecedented look into the behind the scenes of the world of Formula One. It has since grown F1's reach all around the globe, harnessing Netflix's huge audience to entice new generations of fans and continue to offer them an exclusive look behind the curtain of this fascinating sport. It would seem like there's no downside. However, we shouldn't speak too soon. This is the story of how one streaming platform has flipped the world of Formula One on its head. Under previous leadership, Formula One was notoriously secretive, even old-fashioned in its approach to a quickly developing world of content. But when Liberty Media acquired the Formula One group in early 2017 for $8 billion, things began to change. F1 and the teams involved began to clearly turn to focusing on growth through supplying additional content alongside or in addition to the racing action fans were used to. None more evident than the announcement of a documentary series of the 2018 season commissioned for Netflix. Netflix worldwide user count was around 130 million at the time, making it the perfect gateway for F1 to reach new audiences. Netflix camera crews were spotted all around the paddock, capturing exclusive footage from all the big stories from the paddock itself. This promised to be the dream for any hardcore F1 fan. Finally, a new look into their favourite sport. The series will be split into 10 episodes, covering the main stories of the season, but there will be a slight problem here. To engage a new audience throughout 10-hour-long episodes, F1 needed to be portrayed as exciting, action-packed, and sometimes controversial. But it isn't always these things, at least not consistently for a whole season, which led the creators of the series to take some artistic license with the truth. The series has since been criticised for its use of fake or misplaced commentary and team radio, creating or over-dramatising events between teams or drivers that to a hardcore fan was never the reality. And it worked. F1 has seen an influx of new young fans since the release of the series, reportedly growing by 20% from 2020 to 2021. It has had particular success in the US, growing by more than 40% in 2021 and welcoming 400,000 viewers to the US Grand Prix. So it's clear that Drive to Survive is benefiting the growth of F1, but there's always two sides to a coin. With the Netflix model clearly being successful and some of the new fan base being wired to expect high drama at every Grand Prix, F1 was left with a problem. That in reality, not every race is like that. But would this cause new fans to lose interest quickly? F1 had hit a fork in the road, although this will be made clear until the 2021 season. We had seen the obvious potential of the way Netflix presented Formula One, but a lot was narrative born in editing well after the real events had taken place. What would happen if a controversy or Netflix-style drama presented itself during an event? Well, cue the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. After a whirlwind season, Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen entered the final race level on points. Whoever finished higher would be world champion. Already a dream situation for F1, and it's fair to say they let people know about it. The closest championship for decades, the world's eyes upon the sport, expectant of a fitting end to an incredible title fight. But the race was playing out quite straightforward. It seemed Lewis Hamilton had it comfortably wrapped up, just as the slowly building influence and success of Drive to Survive finally revealed itself. On lap 54 of 58, Nicholas Latifi crashed and the safety car was released. An exciting prospect for the end of the Grand Prix, but the chances of the race restarting seemed slim. It was looking as though we'd be denied a final fight and instead end the season slowly behind the safety car. Additionally, there was a number of lap cars between the two championship contenders, but astonishingly, drama was reignited when the lap cars were removed and the race would continue. A battle of a single lap to claim the championship. Race officials had found a way to create the finale, almost as if it was a piece of fiction. Unfortunately, it seemed F1 had sided with drama and controversy over true sportsmanship, as under the regulations, the race would have finished under the safety car. But the world was watching, and F1 desperately wanted to fulfill expectations. They'd seen the growth caused by these dramatic moments and would do anything not to let this opportunity slip. Sadly, in the end, it only caused unwanted attention and division. To this day, there's still hundreds of tweets and hashtags continually discussing these events, and ultimately, it left both drivers robbed. Lewis robbed of his record 8th World Championship, and Max's first title consistently questioned and undermined by groups of fans for others' actions.